If you can't afford Apple AirPods, but you want something that looks like Apple AirPods and sounds really good as well, then check out these ones here from Dudios. These are the Dudios M3, and they only go for 25 bucks. Okay, so as previously mentioned, these headphones from Dudios at the time of recording this video, these go for about $25 on the Dudios website, or I think they're $42 on Amazon, but there's a $20 coupon, so that brings them down to like $22 with free shipping. Seriously good value. In terms of tech, I'm just gonna, go through that really quickly for you guys. So these have USB Type-C for recharging the case, which is so good. How someone like Dudios can do this integration of USB Type-C at this price point, and more expensive companies like Logitech can't on a $200 mouse or a $300 keyboard, I don't quite yet understand. But the water resistance level of these headphones is IPX7, so that's going to be good enough for like rain, bit of sweat, the occasional splash. You've got 5 hours of playtime on the headphones, and with the case, you can actually recharge them 5 times fully. So that will give you, up to 25 hours playtime if you take that into consideration when you're recharging it. For recharging the case, if you're like desperate, you can charge it for 10 minutes, and that will give you 1 hour of playtime. You've got obviously stereo on both sides. You've got music coming out. You've got touch controls on either side for adjusting the volume, going back a track, going forward a track, that kind of stuff, integrating with Siri or Google or whatever it is that you're using. And what else you got on there? You've got a microphone on one side, and then the actual other side has a noise cancelling feature which will block out background noise. So when you are making a phone call, you won't hopefully hear too much of the things that are around you, like cars and traffic and that kind of stuff. So for 25 bucks, it's pretty crazy that you can get all of that in such a small little package. Quite inexpensive, and really no excuses for anyone to still be carrying around a pair of headphones with a cable attached. So one thing that really concerns me in terms of wireless headphones is whether or not the battery sort of just naturally runs flat without you actually even using them while they're sitting in like your backpack in your car. And from the time that I received these, which was I think probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and until now, I've only recharged the case once, and they have not gone flat while sitting in the car or backpack. So that's a big win for Dudios and for these headphones. It just really gives me that peace of mind knowing that if these still have 50% of battery left when I've been using them for a few hours, I can chuck them in my bag and not have to worry about topping them up. I can leave them there for a while and know that they're going to be ready to go whenever I feel like putting them back in, as I'm not someone who listens to music with headphones all the time, but not having to think about when to top these up with more juice or with more charge is a really nice feature. On the actual case itself, you've got 4 little LEDs at the front of the case, and that will tell you when you're putting your headphones back in how much charge the case actually has, but it'll also be blinking to let you know that the actual, earbuds inside are actually charging as well. So that's really nice that you get that sort of that visual indicator. As with these particular headphones, you do not get an app on your phone that you can download to monitor the level, as that would most likely add to the cost of these headphones. So the fact that you do get that visual indicator at the front is really nice, and it's been quite accurate from my testing and from my experience. Now, what's the actual sound quality like? I listen to a lot of pop music, a lot of electronic music, and a lot of hip hop, and across all 3 of those, it sounds quite balanced. Definitely a little bit more emphasis on the bass. Things like hip hop music was actually really nice to listen to. Songs from someone like Dua Lipa, who's like a mix of sort of pop and electronic music, really nice. The vocals, stand out quite a bit, and the bass is really, pronounced as well. So that's quite good. A very nice, comfortable sound all across the spectrum. My only real issue was that when pumping it up to like 80, 90%, 100% volume, you do get a little bit of distortion on the bass. It does become a little bit muddy, but because these are in-ear headphones, I felt like I never actually really had to turn them up to 100% or 90% to actually be able to hear what I'm listening to. Most of the time I had these around about 40 or 50%, and that was perfectly fine. And the sound sounded very comfortable the whole way through. I would never really recommend anyone to be listening to a pair of headphones at 100% or 90% all the time, as you're probably going to damage your eardrums and also damage the actual headphones themselves. Now, obviously, if we do a quick little side-by-side comparison here, you've got Apple AirPods on the right and the Dudios ones on the left. They do look quite similar. These ones are 200 bucks, these are 25. but I actually really do like this little design. The case being that like glossy plastic, I don't know, the rounded corners on it makes it really, really easy and nice for when you want to put it inside of your pockets. It doesn't snag on things. The case doesn't grab on cotton or weird fabrics. It doesn't have that kind of rubbery texture to it. I really, really like this case. It feels nice to hold in the hand and actually fits inside the coin spot on my pants quite nicely. So not as small as Apple AirPods, and it doesn't have wireless charging. But again, for the price that you're paying, these are really, really good value. And I kind of like the design that they've gone for, even though it is definitely taking I guess a note out of Apple's book. I think it's a really, really good design, and that's why Apple has been so successful with their particular headphones. Now, in terms of the fit of the headphones, they've got a very similar design to sort of the Apple AirPods, where the actual, I guess, earbud itself is kind of angled in a way where it naturally goes into the canal of your ear quite easily. You don't really have to sort of fiddle with it too much once it's in. And once it's in, like, it's not moving anywhere at all. It's just completely stuck in. And I've never really felt like once these were ever going to come out. They do have obviously that little silicone tip there, so you can basically go ahead and take this off and clean it if you need to, maybe change the size. But in terms of the fit, the gloss plastic plus that shape of the actual earbud itself, it's actually really quite comfortable, and you not have to worry about, if you're exercising or running, about these guys falling out. Now, for accessories that come with the headphones, you obviously get a small little USB Type-C cable for recharging the case. There's no power brick included, so just make a note of that. You might have to use an existing power brick that you already have, or a USB port on your computer or something. And then you get some little rubber or silicone ear tips. So the medium size is already pre-installed, but there's small and large in the bag included. So if you want to adjust the size, you can definitely do that. So for $25, it's really not a big risk. If you need a pair of wireless headphones, or you want to get a pair for someone in your family or a friend as a gift, $25, you really can't go wrong. And if someone loses them or breaks them, it's not going to cost them a lot of money to replace, obviously. So that's a big win in my book anyway. You could give them to someone at your work, stocking filler, tons of different ways you could implement them as a gift. And I think the person who's going to receive them is going to be very, very happy. So guys, let me know what you think about these headphones. Have you bought them? Are you considering it? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this kind of content, once again, hit the like button, get subscribed. And if you want to also hang out with me on Twitch, I'll be there every Friday night. You can come over and chat and ask me any questions about this video or about anything else if you just want to hang out. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, so now that you're at the end of this video and maybe you're considering other wireless headphones, one to actually check out is from a company called Paymu. I've done a review on those wireless headphones a few weeks ago. They feature active noise cancelling. I'll leave a link up in the corner here, and you can go and click on that one and check it out now. Boom, boom, bow, bow, boom, 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 bow, bow.